So you got 35 bucks to your name, more than I can say. And you want to choose from an absolute plethora of gorgeous looking Nintendo Switch controllers, or you need yourself a paddle controller for PC? Are you SOL, Schneike's out of luck, or sad old loser? Not quite, boys. 2 words, boys. Easy-SMX. Maybe that's 1 word. Is it a hyphenate? None of you Stallions out there better be getting married and being hyphenates. Let me tell you, you'll get kicked out of the stable. Alright, boys, let's get our burglar mask on and break into a product review. Let's get it. We're actually doing a double controller review today, or a double doozy you might call it, or a threesome if you include myself in the situation here. So both these controllers are from a company called Easy-SMX. These were sent out to me, however, I was not told to say anything about these controllers. I was just told to do a review of them, give my honest opinion, my thoughts, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So this bad boy right here is the ESM9110, and this is for use on PC, PS3, but I primarily would use this for PC use or mobile gaming. And then this bad boy over here is for use on Nintendo Switch, PC, as well as mobile. Eye of the Tiger, baby. Very nice, very nice. Get that little ASMR for you guys. Satisfying. Alright, so both these controllers are going to come with documentation, a little instruction brochure. No color, but it does have pictures. Relatively good font. English is the primary language. The ESM does come with a little $10 voucher, so there's that, and also tells you if you're happy, let them know you're happy. If you're sad, let them know why you're sad. And this one does also come with a dongle. This is a 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle, which I do prefer over something like Bluetooth, as it is a better means of wireless data transfer. Generally introduces less lag or input delay, which is pretty nice. Now, this is a rather large dongle. I'm not a huge fan of that. I generally like small little dongles like this. This is for my Razer Nari Ultimate headphones, and this basically pops up into the headphones when you're not using it. So this is a rather large dongle, so you'll most likely want to plug this in the back of your tower or your gaming console instead of having it hang off the front. You do also get a USB-C charger, as this is USB-C, so that is very nice. This is about a 5 to 6 footer, not braided or microfiber, but hey, gets the job done. The YS06, which is their Nintendo Switch controller, is also USB-C, and this bad boy comes in an absolute ton of different colorways or themes or color patterns, pictures on screen here. Ergonomically, if you use the Nintendo Switch Pro style controller, it is the same shell design, which ergonomically feels fantastic in the hand. Honestly, I have to say, it's right there with the Xbox One as far as comfortability and ergonomics. And it's also this rubberized soft touch material on the front and back shell, which I really do like. Very short pull on the triggers, which is very nice. Bumpers feel pretty good as well. Good resistance on the analog sticks. They don't have anti-friction or impact rings, as they're called, so when you are at full lock, you will kind of scrape against plastic a little bit, which isn't a huge deal, but when you are at full lock, you definitely feel that it's a little bit jagged, the plastic in there. No big deal whatsoever. I really do like the red analog sticks, D-pad, bumpers, and face buttons here. Speaking of face buttons, they feel virtually identical to the Switch Pro controller, which are pretty good. They're still a membrane style. They're still a membrane style button, not mechanical or anything like that. So you have that rubber plunger mechanism underneath there, and they feel pretty good though. Good resistance, crisp snapback, very nice. L3 and R3 feel fantastic. D-pad also feels really clicky and light. It doesn't have like a tactile click like a mechanical switch, but does feel pretty darn good. And this is all a flat finish except for this little top section right here, which is glossy. But as it is white, you're not really going to see any fingerprints or scratches on there, which is really nice. This also does have adjustable vibration, as well as 6-axis gyro motion sensing, and then the 4 LED lights on the bottom so you can tell which controller or which player you are mapped to. Very nice. Now over here on the ESM9110, this actually has paddles, which we'll cover in just a moment. I really do like this material here. It's kind of a matte black finish here, and then a little bit of gloss or piano black down the center. I think it's a very handsome design. This also does come in a very colorful pattern, picture on screen here, but I went with this matte black design. I think it looks and feels pretty good. Interesting. Okay, face buttons on this bad boy feel really good, really clicky, really tactile, and I also do like that blacked out design with the gray face button lettering in there. I think that looks really good, and it also has a nice grippy rubberized material. It's not the most grippy material in the world, however, it does feel pretty good. And I gotta say, I really do like these thumbsticks, to be 110% honest. They're actually flat. They're not domed or concave. They're literally completely flat, and they have a little bit of a grippy texture around the outside, and I have to say they feel Really good. L3 and R3 feel quite satisfying as well. Really good resistance on the triggers. You have to use a little finger strength, boys, to pull these, and I think that feels really good. Good resistance on them. Bumpers feel up to par as well. As you can see by that center section, it is in its pairing mode, but we are not plugged in via the dongle, so it is not paired yet. You know what? Let's go ahead and remedy that real quick. Bam. Instantaneously paired up to the PC. I really do like these face buttons. I don't know if the camera will actually pick this up, but they have a really interesting depth of field effect to them to where it looks like the actual lettering is very, very deep inside of those buttons there, which I have to say looks really, really cool. You have your home button there, then you have a turbo function, which we will cover what that does in just a minute, as well as a mode select and a start button. Now, besides the button for adjusting the lighting, this one over here adjusts through 5 different settings for the rumble force motors for different strength of vibration, and it goes from just a subtle vibration all the way to a very, very aggressive vibrate. Nice. So that is a nice feature if you generally turn off the vibration function inside of games. Instead of having to manually do that inside of each and every game, you can just turn it off from the controller if you prefer not to feel vibration. Now, D-pad feels a little bit mushy for my liking. It doesn't have any tactile click whatsoever, and it all feels like it's literally just connected on one piece, because it is. It has that rubber membrane plunger mechanism under there, and the D-pad leaves a little bit of cravings to my thumbs, boys. Now, as for the paddles, very clicky, very responsive, and also ergonomically, they're in a very, very good position. Now, you cannot cover all 4 of them simultaneously. I guess you could if you hold it like that, but that doesn't feel very natural at all. Generally, you're just going to hold it like this, and then when you need to hit these buttons, they're literally about a 1/4 inch away, so you can quickly hit them as well. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I like that a lot. Ergonomically, I think that's good. It's up and out of the way to where you're not going to accidentally actuate them when you do not need them, but they are there for you when you do. So using the paddles right now feels very, very natural. Let's go ahead and pick some shit up. Alrighty, boys, over here in the firing range, you see I have the P2020 here, which is indeed a semi-automatic weapon, but if I hold down the right trigger and then hold down turbo, now, as you can see, this ring around the right analog stick went from blue to red to show that your turbo function is enabled. And now, whatever button you have that mapped to, so in this case, the right trigger, the semi-automatic weapon, she's full auto. Pretty darn sweet. And then if you want to clear that, just hold down the button that you have mapped and hit turbo again. Goes back to blue around the ring, and now we are back in semi-automatic configuration. So remapping any of the paddles on the fly is very, very easy. You're going to hold down whichever paddle you would like remapped. So in this case, we're going to take M4 over here, and then you're going to press back. This is going to change to a pinkish color. Then you are going to press the face button that you would like it mapped to. So I would like it to be B for crouch. Then you're going to press that same paddle button once again. It's going to go to blue to show you that you now are successfully mapped there. And now, as you can see, bam, got my jump, got my crouch, all that good stuff. Nice, nice. Ergonomically, this feels very, very good, and I do like the good resistance on the triggers, and it is also a relatively short pull as well, which is very nice, especially because there is no trigger locks. So all in all, I really do like the way that this controller feels and performs. It has some pretty awesome functionality, like the turbo function, as well as remappable paddles. The paddles do ergonomically feel really good. I think those LED face buttons look super awesome, but she's a little too stock for my flavor, and basically anyone and their mother can have a controller that looks just like this. So I will be customizing this bad boy on the channel in the near future, disassembling it, hydro dipping it, maybe changing the thumbsticks and whatnot, so make sure you boys subscribe so you catch that video. Also, another nice little feature that I do like is you can turn the lights completely off or dim them from 5 different settings. So by using the little light button right there, you are able to pan through the brightness modes. And that's cool that you can turn it off completely, because if you're in a rather dark room and it's a little bit disorienting, or you just don't like RGB period, you can turn it off. Pretty sweet. Alright, boys, over here in the firing range in Apex Legends with the Switch style controller, I have to say it feels very, very good. I do like the very, very crisp short pulls on the trigger, and also hold down this T button here and then use the D-pad up and down. You can adjust through different strengths of the vibration function, so if you like to turn vibration off completely in all games, you can do that, or if you just prefer a light vibration. This also does have turbo functionality, so right now I have that semi-automatic P20 here. Now if I hold down the turbo button and then press the right trigger, bam. Again, to turn it off. Now we're back in semi-automatic. Now I will say it does come with a rather short cable, which isn't a huge deal if you're just going to be using this on a Nintendo Switch and you're just going to be using this for charging. However, if you are going to be plugging this into the front of your tower to play via PC, it's not so short to where you can't play like this. However, I prefer to have a little bit longer of a cable. So just keep that in mind. You might want to use one of your personal cables. But all in all, ergonomically, if you like a Switch Pro style controller, you're going to like this one too. So I have to say, both of these controllers and I really do like the designs that they have if you want to have a very, very custom, personalized looking controller. And as for a dedicated PC controller, I definitely could see myself using this quite a bit, as it does have the same ergonomics of an Xbox One controller, and the paddles are actually a very, very good design. I like these more than Scuff's recent iteration of their paddle design that you see on like the Vantage 2 and whatnot. I think these are more easily accessible. I also think they feel a lot more durable and clicky. And overall, for the price, I think these are both very, very good controllers. It kind of reminds me of Power A. It kind of reminds me of Power A in that aspect, making very, very good controllers for a low price. However, these are even cheaper and feel the same, if not just a skosh higher in quality. So, not bad. Not bad at all, boys. If you guys enjoyed this video, liking it helps it to get seen by more people, so this information can reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly, greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover a ton of news in the gaming community and industry, as well as tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.